Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a little history tour. We are going to print and showcase the Old State House in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Old State House was where the Boston Massacre happened, outside just a few blocks down from it. It was also the site where, on the balcony, they read the Declaration of Independence for the very first time to the citizens of Boston. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to assemble that, take a look at it, and learn a little bit about history on the way. Okay, so the parts finally got done printing. I got them all laid out here. There's not a whole lot, just a few. So we're going to go ahead and get this put together and see what it looks like. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and just get started with the roof over here. It comes in two parts. I already put the bottom piece in. As you can see, these pieces right here, this color, I went ahead and printed it out in like a marble white. Kind of gives it a more realistic look. But this is going to be the roof. So I'm going to go ahead and get the main body. And I think what I'll do first, before I start that, is I'm going to put the windows in. And the windows just come like this. I think they all just snap in. I don't think I have to really use glue on this model. So let me go ahead and get these put in here real quick and see how that turns out. Oh yeah, you can feel everything just snapping into place here. So, just gotta make sure everything gets in. Running into it, there we go. Yeah. All right, so that's actually just one side of all the windows put in. These actually printed out pretty good. I was kind of concerned with all the small lines in the windows, but it actually printed out pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm having a little bit of problem right here, but I just got it to snap into place. So I'm going to go ahead and put this other side in, and you can see it has a cutout for the main door. So I'm going to go ahead and get those put in real quick. And they'll go in the same exact way. They'll just snap into place. So, I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, they're just snapping into place. Yeah. Just gotta make sure every one of them set completely in where they need to be. And there's the other side. Now we have these end pieces. This one is going to go on this end right here. And like I'm showing you, everything snaps in from the inside. Just snap everything into place. When you're putting the windows in, you'll be able to tell when they actually get into where they need to be seated at. So that's going to be that end. You know, that's definitely looking like the Old State House. So now we have another piece right over here. And this is the piece where the balcony goes. So let's go ahead and just get that put in there. And same as the other side, it just snaps into place. You'll hear everything start to snap in. Yep. All right, so didn't take long at all. That was all the windows and everything for the old State House. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to get the roof, and I'm going to set the roof on. And got to make sure that's level and everything. Got the right amount of clearance on both sides, which it appears to have. Going to get it lined up right in the middle, the ridge line here of the roof. You'll just line it up right in the middle of this piece here, and it'll be setting pretty close. So I think that's pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much it right there. And then you're going to have the tower piece. Now, when you set it on the top of the roof here, I might end up gluing this down, but we'll hold off on that for now. There's going to be a little spot in here for the top of this, or actually the bottom of this, to sit on. And you got the windows, the little round windows here. I'm not sure if they face the front and back or on the sides. I'm just going to put them on the front and back. That looks more like what it would be. So I'm just going to put that in there. We're going to go ahead and glue this this top on. It doesn't want to stay. So let's go ahead and just get the tower put in. And now the tower is put on. So I'm going to get some glue now. And I'm going to put some glue around the edge of the top here, just so we can make sure that stays on where it's supposed to. Let's go put several dabs of glue along the edge on each side. And that should be more than enough to hold in place, I mean. All right. So that'll take care of that. And now we can take it and put it on there again. And just let it set in place. And we'll just make sure it's all nice and even. And I'll just hold it for a few minutes while the Gorilla Glue sets up. But I think that's actually that is turning out pretty nice. So I've only got like 3 pieces left to put on. So let's go ahead and put the balcony on. Of course, this is the balcony from where they read the Declaration of Independence. So let me go ahead and turn this around for you. And it's going to just slide right in here. Don't need any glue on it. And there you have it. That's the balcony. And then we just have the side door. There's 2 pieces to the side door. And I've already tested this. You got the frame and you got the actual door. This is going to actually have to be glued in. So I'm going to use some of this plastic weld. And that should hold it in place pretty well. So I'm just going to go ahead and brush some of this on here real quick. With this plastic weld, you have to actually be pretty quick with it because it tends to dry up extremely fast. So it might look like I'm putting a lot on, but it sets really quick. Okay, so you can see that sets up inside the door frame. And basically all it is, it's just a brown piece of PLA. It doesn't really have any texture or anything to it. So we just set that up, and then what we can do, go ahead and we can take the side door and put it in place. Put that on its side, and just make sure. Yep, there we go. All right, we're done. That is the Old State House in Boston, Massachusetts. And it looks a lot like it, to tell you the truth. I mean, there's a lot of detail missing. Like up here, there's ornaments like a lion and a unicorn and stuff like that this model does not come with, but you can definitely tell that this is the Old State House. So that's it. We're going to wrap this build up, and we're going to continue on. Thanks. So that's going to wrap up the build of the Old State House. And what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to start kind of like a little series of historical places, starting with the Old State House, of course. I'm going to do other ones. Like I said before, I want to do like the Paul Revere House, maybe even the Massachusetts State House. And it doesn't have to necessarily be from Boston. It could be anywhere in the United States. If it's a historical building, I want to see if I can find files for them and print those as part of a historical series of 3D prints. So let me know what you think of that in the comments. And I'll go ahead and in the meantime, I'll keep looking for stuff. But until then, please make sure you like and subscribe, because it really helps me and it helps the channel grow. And until then, I will see you on the next video. Thanks for tuning in.